Okay, and we're back with another episode. Now let's get straight into it and talk to Scarlett. I've come to expect a great deal from you, lass, and you've never once let me down. Yet what I'd ask of you now goes beyond aught I've asked before. Would you hear my plea all the same? Scarlett has reason to believe that Sevrin is up to no good. Something must be done. It eases my mind to have your ear. You're no doubt familiar with that scoundrel Sevrin by now. Well, yeah. Well, the scheming scapegrace is at it again. Since that letter came from him, he's been skulking about in that manner he does when he's up to no good. Now he's rounded up his rogues and buggered off, with nary a word to anyone. I've grown accustomed to his insolence, but something tells me this is different. It ain't exactly damning, but when last I had words with him, he didn't look defiant as so much as hunted. I can't keep thinking he's gone looking for trouble and found more than he wanted. So I was hoping you might hunt his sorry hide down and drag it back here before it's too late. Oh. The ungrateful little cur bites me every chance he gets, but I can't quite bring myself to cut him loose. I suppose he reminds me a bit of my younger self. Suffice it to say, I'd rather he didn't come to a sticky end. As for how to find him, I try asking Granilvada at the Aetherite. She was the last one to see him. I dare say she'll be able to tell you where he was headed. Okay. Yep, also, talking about last episode, we were talking about that hunt. This is the hunt scholar that'll tell you an adventure on the trial of an elite hunt colleger. Yep, so it'll tell you about, so he's a rank S, yeah, it'll tell you about the hunts in this area. While gardening has long been anyway, we're off track. So he was a rank S, which is why it didn't just melt, and why there were level 70 people after him. Vida, I don't know. Nothing that passes through those gates escapes my notice. I saw the Rouser and his rabble set out for Woadwhisper Canyon not long ago, singing about drinking themselves stupider. Cheeky sods said I should join them. I told them I'd rather shrivel up than sip whatever it was that had pickled their brains. If you find the idle swine, be sure to give them a cuff round the ear from me, will you? Alright, so Woadwhisper Canyon is over there. We have to enter enter via the rightmost, I guess, ramp, because it's the only way in. So where we were before, last episode, where we got that level 10 quest to kill the crabs, the megalo crabs, yeah, well, we have to go the other side of that. So more travelling. Yeah, the night skies are rather cool. And the moon looks really detailed. It actually doesn't look as nice here. It might be because of the weather, but it's usually a lot sharper. So it might just be that the wind has caused a bit of a sheen or some kind of haze over the top of it. So we're going in there. That's Word Whisper Canyon from memory. Where the Ageless River meets the whatever this is. Can't remember what this is called. The Descent. Yeah. Elma. Of all the dirty, deceitful, downright dastardly deeds that slippery bastard's done, claiming to take the lads out for a drink, only to lead us straight into a bloody trap. It don't get no lower than that. You were one of the dudes that I saved before. Are you seriously still here? Like, why would you trust him after that? Of course, I've learned to stay a step ahead of old Sevrin, so I was ready. Okay, I guess that just answered my question. But the others weren't so lucky. You've got to help them. Whoa, Whisper Canyon. Yeah, that's right. And up there is the Ageless River or something. Does it say it here? No. Actually, could be wrong. I don't know. Irmahis. My axe may as well have been a white flag for all the good it did. Hope you fare better, or all the sorry bastards in there are done for. Well, yeah, you had a botany axe, not a normal axe. Ooh, what level is this quest? Level 9. What gear do we have? Level 6. I'm concerned that we're not going to have enough stats for this. We'll attempt it and then see what happens. So Razai. Sevrin might have gotten us into a mess, but I ain't about to let him give his life for us. I'd sooner bow to a fishback than be that conniving bastard's debt. To arms. Well, we're of level, but our gear isn't of level, so that's the worrying part. A true knave, you betray even yourself, Sevrin. Ooh. Ugh. You were prepared to overlook the matter of your desertion, on the condition that you provided us with suitable replacements. That was the agreement. Yet your latest change of heart leaves your debt to us unpaid. Few are they who betray the Serpent Reavers twice. You will not do so a third time. So the Serpent Reavers are the ones that ally with the Sahagan, I think. Cowering behind your protector will only delay the inevitable. Honourless wretch, your life is all you have left. And worthless though it be, we shall take it. Of course. O mournful voice of creation, send unto me a creature of the abyss, my thrall to command that I might smite mine enemies. Give me that smacky dick. Alright, so Clay Golem. Okay, it's stunned him, nice. Oh, I also need to hit up that mule, so I'm going to replenish that. Yep, I just have to move out of the way. Okay, yeah, I think I was worried for nothing. Okay, there we go. Nice. That the golem could be vanquished. That woman is no ordinary adventurer. Yeah, she's level 13. Shh, that's bad. Yeah, a tad late. The snake slithered away. I'm only glad he did not have the chance to sink his fangs more deeply into you. Those pirates do not belong to any of the known Limson factions. Whom then do they serve? The Beast Tribes? Surely not. But the timing of their appearance coincides all too neatly with a recent surge in Sahagan and Kobold activity. Something is afoot. The question is, what? Could it be that the tribes are planning to summon their primals? 12 help us, if it should prove so. Limsa would be hard-pressed to keep a single primal at bay, let alone 2. But all is yet speculation. I must needs find evidence. The seas continue to rise, while the lesser moon continues to fall. And ilm by ilm, the world becomes even more unlike itself. It is Louis was foretold. It is as Louis foretold. Ugh. The coming of chaos has rendered the laws of nature immutable, blurring the boundary between the material and the ethereal planes. Little now stands between us and the primals. But they are not here yet. Though time be against us, hope shall ever be on our side. Never did the creed of Charlian ring more true. Never did I dream that I would possess the means to see ether, yet now that I do, I do begin to take it for granted. How swiftly do the wonders of Charlian seem commonplace. Here for you. Have you come for the festivities? Today the Maelstrom officially makes the Great Hole in the Sea its training ground. Join in the celebrations. Wait, a disturbance in the etheric flow, but whence does it emanate? Sea Song Grotto, perhaps. What have we here? Can you walk? 'Tis I. Regrettably, no. He eluded me. Understood. I will inform the Commodore. You collapsed from your exertions. Are you suitably recovered? Sevrin here has apprised me of all that transpired. His account shed some light upon how you came to be attacked by a golem of all things. A golem is a mindless automaton, freaking hell, inert, save when commanded to be otherwise. Common pirates could not hope to control such a thing, so arcane are its workings. But then these tattooed wretches are no common pirates. They are the minions of the Sahagan. I was right. As to their purpose, well, I shall get to the bottom of it. But first I must escort Sevrin back to his place of employment. I dare say Stolwyn will be wondering what has become of him. And you too, for that matter. I will bear word to him of your preservation, but I am certain he would like to thank you in person. Pray pay the man a visit. He told me of you, but perchance he did not tell you of me. My name is Y'shtola. I am a naturalist of sorts, surveying the ether in the hope that I might offer up some clues as to our predicament. I'd say I'd owe you my life, but that doesn't cover it. If it weren't for you, my friends would be dead and all. 'Tis a debt I can never repay, but I'll not make things worse by running away. Take me to some of her farms, and I'll face the consequences. For reasons I cannot fathom, you seem. Forgive me. Mayhap we shall have a chance to speak again when I have marshalled my thoughts. Until our paths next cross, farewell. I have some gil. I'm just gonna quickly teleport back, just to make this a little faster, because it'll take some time to get back, that's for sure. Alright. Lo, I knew you'd return. Y'shtola delivered Sevrin a bit ago. Tales of your heroic deeds precede you. The rest came shuffling back too, the lot of them sporting the same haunted expression. It's me who's to blame for that. That and the rest. I was once a serpent reaver. A thrall to the Sahagan? 7 hells. Reavers may look and sound and act like pirates, but they're naught but fishbacks flunkies. Us pirates ain't much for laws, but there's things we won't do. We've got a code, see, but the Reavers have never followed a word of it. A few years back, they started snatching law-abiding Leminsons. I'd only just taken my oath when our captain bent the knee to his new Sahagan masters. I knew I had to get away. So I crept off one night, got myself a new name, and found myself a new home, Summerford Farms. Trouble is, secrets don't stay secret for long round here, and word soon spread all the way back to the sea. The penalty for desertion is death, but the Reavers offered me a way out instead, my freedom in exchange for my mates. The letter. I don't know what I was thinking. I wasn't bloody thinking. Too busy soiling myself. Aye, but you got there in the end, didn't you? When the time came, you made the right decision. The men say little to me, but I hear them talk of how you stood up to the Reavers at the last, of how you tried to give your life to save theirs. Be that as it may, no deed, however good, can atone for the crime of betraying your brethren. I know that, I do. That's why I am going to hand myself over to the Yellow Jackets. I'll bring shame to the farm no more. You'll hear no arguments from me. Each man must sail according to his own moral compass. I just hope yours guides you back here someday. There will always be a place for you at some of the farms, lad. And I'll always be in your debt, Stolwyn. Alright. I know you were dead too, Scarlett. Not once have you let me down. Thank you for saving the men of my farm. If I could ask one more favour of you, it'd be this. Tell Baderon what's happened, from start to finish. I'm certain he put a good word in for Sevrin if he knew the whole story. And he is one of the few people I know who the Yellow Jackets will listen to. Well, I reckon I've asked all I can possibly can of you. Safe travels, lass. Alright. Bang. Alright, so let's head back to Limsa. From memory, last episode we opted out of getting some gloves, so we'll go and see how much they cost. And potentially buy some. They should be right this way. Yep. Due to the current time, there's no one online, so naturally this area is empty. Usually it's rather chock-a-block full of key players, but we're playing at a bit of a weird time, so we want to purchase the 10 to 19 gear, and we want some gauntlets. So we can pick that up, or we can get this one. I want the vitality though. Oh, that gives vitality and crit deck. Well, level we're at 13. We can get this. This is actually not too bad. Strength, vitality, and direct hit rate. Grab those. 347. That's not that bad. Ooh, actually, we do have some stuff to sell though. Sell that. We can sell this. We'll keep those, and we'll keep those. We'll keep the high potions and all that. We want to keep that orange juice because there is a quest much later on that requires it. We'll hit up the culinarian as well and restock our marmot steak. Yep. So how many we got left? We got one left, so we'll buy 9 more. Alright, 81 gel. Nice, so we got a total of 10. Perfect. Okay. Now, let's run over to here. Go to the Aft Castle first. Aft Castle. Alright, talk to Badron. We will pick up the quest, because there's obviously going to be a next main story quest, but we'll go and do the Marauder quest instead. Alright. Just so we can get the next weapon. Bloody hells. Life on the farm ain't quite how I pictured it. But you needn't worry yourself about young Sevrin. Yellow Jackets, the Yellow Jackets as Ian's out the punishment is a good mate of mine. If I ask him nice, I reckon he'd be willing to commute the lad's sentence from Anglin to Keelallen. Kindly genty that he is. I'm only jesting with you. I'll see he's treat you fair. Now it sounds to me like you've done everything old Stalewin asked of you, and more, justifying me generous finder's fee in the process. Much obliged, lass. As for your reward, well, she's a lonely lady, this round of winter mine. How do you fancy keeping her company for a spell with a free room and board? Veterans are trying business after all. Them as don't rest their bones every now and again tend to end up with broken ones. And take it from me, fighting ain't nearly so much fun when you're nursing a shattered arm. Got that? Good. There'll always be a free bed for you, so make use of it. In rooms now available. Not that you've had much time for you lying around. What with all the leaves you'll be doing? Oh, didn't I mention? I'm putting your name down for leaves. Our guild draws all manner of clients, offering all manner of odd jobs. Honestly, you'd be amazed how much folk'll pay to avoid doing an honest day's labour. Just give 'em to Macquarie a shout whenever you're feeling like making a few extra gil. She'll always have some task or other for you to do. Guild leaves now available. Oh, and it's all above board, in case you're wondering. We're careful to stay on the Admiral's right side in here, unlike some pirates I could mention. I tell ya. If it turns out that they they had aught to do with them kidnappings, there'll be 7 L's to pay, and proper bleeding reckoning. Mayhap what limbs and needs though. On rough seas, sometimes you have to rock the boat to ride it. But we'll have some time. We'll have time for such talk when you're well and rested. Till then, enjoy the wench's hospitality. We're not going to bother with hats again because we still got the friendship circlet providing us XP bonus. You have the access to recommendations. This feature displays a list of duties or quests or duties currently available in your area. Recommendations list can be opened from under your duty, blah blah blah. Just basically tells you, you know, you can do this, 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 or this. Alright, so we'll pick up this quest. We're not going to attempt it though, we're going to go and do the Marauders quest. How do you fare, Scarlett? Rested and ready to expand your horizons? Well then, I've had an idea where you might try heading next. Have you heard of the Skylift out in Middle Enosia? We were just there. If you ever visited Woad Whisper Canyon, then you must be up and down the thing at least once. It's that bleak bleeding scaffolding attached to the descent. You've likely seen the lads and lasses out there using it to haul cargo up the cliff face. Hard labour that, an idea they could use an enterprising soul to pick up the odd jobs, what no other buggers has time to deal with. Track down the head of the operation, bloke named O'Wirkirhit. Okay, and he'll be sure to put you to work on a task or two. Yeah, so we were already over there. So the leaves are basically repeatable quests. You have an allowance. So every quest has a cost of 1. Actually, are we? Yeah, we're going back to the other thing. Every lever has cost of 1. You can do 16. I have 16 done at a time. Leaves for combat classes aren't amazing, so much so that they kind of phased out in Heavenswood and Stormblood. But they're a decent way to level your crafting and your fishing, specifically. Gathering, not so much, but fishing, yes. Alright, so we're going to the Marauders Guild, and I say a decent way to craft, because they're probably the fastest way, but they're the hardest to do if you're by yourself. If you have someone who's able to craft stuff for you, then yes, they're the fastest way to level a crafter. But unless, then no. And I say that because generally the stuff that you have to turn in, because you basically take a quest and turn in items, stuff you have to turn in is of your level. So we're actually running overtime a bit, so I don't know if I want to do this now. I'll grab it. Scarlett, I have gathered what information I could concerning the beast that young Sahag Blade you slay. The tale's name is creature the Kujata. Those who have witnessed Kujata in the terrifying flesh also call him the Stampeding Mountain. Such is the immense size and bulk. Again, I will not seek to dissuade you from claiming vengeance for the boy's parents. In fact, I encourage it. But to topple this lumbering colossus, you must first become his equal in strength and ferocity. As a single step towards a distant goal, I send you to the Blind Iron Mines. We have had word that the folk are falling prey to the claws of the local Galagos. It is your task to protect the weak from these unruly creatures. Learn to channel the rage inside you, and let your axe blade sing in righteous slaughter. Alright, so yeah. For fear of... We'll go, because it's only requiring me to slay some enemies. So, Lower Enosia. So what we might do is we might go out the Zephyr Gate. And go across. Yeah, we might do it because it's only asking us to kill things. It's not going to be a solo duty. Like when we have to fight the Clay Golem. Those are called solo duties, where you basically go into your own little instance. Alright, so let's run across. What level is that? 7. Won't bother. On a lot of these lower level quests, we'll probably save for the circumstances where we pick up the healer, just to make that a little easier. Ideally, what I'm thinking of doing is once we finish a Realm Reborn's quest, we might jump over to healer, just so that we have the road to 60 there. It'll actually be a lot faster because there's a thing called an armory bonus, which basically means every other class that's lower than your highest level, so for instance combat classes, will get a bonus to XP, so we'll get a massive bonus that way. Alright, let's go. You know what I forgot to do again? I forgot to equip this stuff. So we'll keep those Elders in hands because we can use them for any instance that we get. Any new class we get. Alright, so... Yep. Okay, let's go again. This one here. So we've been running around with them, sadly. I forgot to spawn one. That's alright. Okay, that's done. We need to go back to there. Okay. We might just get in without going too overtime. Ah, I went to the wrong one. That's alright. Where am I? Nordus. Okay. So this quest will continue on. Welcome back, Scarlett. Your actions have saved many from needless injury and anguish. But though your efforts are to be commended, there is yet much work to be done. Kujata, the object of your vengeance, has trampled a farmer's wagon as he thundered through the lands of the Tiller's Rest. The foodstuffs spilled from the overturned wain have attracted all manner of hungry predators. Without produce for the market, the farmers will surely suffer for coin this season. Your duty is thus clear. Put down these rapacious scavengers and preserve the cargo. I hope that that's not a solo duty. So where are we going? Back to Middle Wallosha. I suppose we can hand in the Summerhood farm thing as well. Oh no, because we need to go to Scarlett for that. I'll hold off. Because we're already going a bit over, and I don't want to just end it here with a quest to complete. So yeah, we won't be able to pick up White Mage until we get to Gridania, which won't be until we hit the level 15 sort of area for quests. I mean, like we're already level 13, but the quest itself, once we start hitting level 15 quests, it's around there that we'll get to Gridania, and thus we'll be able to pick up White Mage. And I will grab it from the onset just to have it, so I don't have to faff around. I can just go for it. But yeah. Alright, Overturn Wayne. Alright, so Plane Strider. Alright. No, more. That's alright. both of you. I like how foul breath is a fire breath kind of thing. Oh. High quality items. Yeah. Alright. Please be complete. Nope. So we're hoping that the wake of destruction turns green, basically. Yes! Excellent. Oh, yeah. Wait, where did we turn this in? Yeah, back at the thing. I don't know why it wasn't showing that. Alright, so back to the Marauders Guild and then we'll end it. So there. Okay. Marauders Guild. Okay, Coral Tower. Alright. Once again, your capacity for carnage has been tested and proven. The creatures you defeated, however, were merely some of the many base scavengers that subsist on the scraps left in the wake of Kujata's rampages. To face Kujata himself, you yet require far more training, but do not despair, Scarlett. As Axemaster and fellow Marauder, this I swear, I will not rest until I have taught you how to wring every last ounce of power from your weapon, until the blade of your axe can slice cleanly through the thickest hide, the most knotted muscle, the densest bone, the menace that will fall by your hand. You may find yourself drawn to explore the possibilities offered by other disciplines and guilds. These distractions are inevitable and perhaps necessary, but I urge you to soon return to the path of Marauder. I do not wish your edge to dull, just as you begin to show your such potential. Farewell, Scarlett. Yeah, so armory system. Yeah. So we got the Cloud Axe. Now looking at what we've got. So ideally, I'd probably go with the leather jacket. But also the boots aren't too bad. Yeah, we'll go with the boots. Alright, nice. So yeah, we've unlocked gear sets. Basically this just allows you to start getting other classes. So we now have a gear set list, so we can create the Marauder one. Change set name to Marauder. Yep. Okay. Now if we were, you know, we could do that basically, and now when we click that, it will equip that gear. So let's just quickly. Oh. Now this stuff isn't going to be useful for healer, so we can get rid of that and equip this, and then we update our gear set. We've also got this axe. Grab that, update, and we'll get rid of this one. Put that down there. This is spirit bonded, and we can convert it, so we'll hold on to that. That'll be explained much later, but we can effectively turn stuff into like enchantments, effectively. Alright, so there we have it, sorted. We're holding off until we can get our retainers, which are basically your bank, amongst other things, and then we can get rid of a lot of this stuff that we've got. Alright, so that's that. and we can't get the next quest until level 15. So with that, whoops. With that, we'll end the episode. Next episode, we will certainly be going after some of these other quests.